Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and in this video I'm going to be talking about should you or should you not be purchasing the Masteries for the Minotaur for 800 gems and kind of diving into a Minotaur efficiency discussion in general. So let's get into it. Alrighty, first of all, let's go ahead and pull up the Minotaur dungeon here and talk about a few things. Alright, Minotaur's lab is right here. You'll see the basic, advanced, and divine scrolls. And down in the video description, I will link to a little tool that I made for the Minotaur. Let me pop that up. So it is this right here. And you'll see that the chart actually starts at stage 11. That's because I don't recommend grinding any scrolls until you can grind stage 11 with a 100% win rate. I don't recommend grinding for the green advanced scrolls until you can at least do stage 13. I don't recommend grinding for the red divine scrolls until you can do stage 15. You know, there's nothing wrong with, you know, you're a new player and you want to do stage 13, get some of your, you know, introductory masteries, get some of these basic and advanced scrolls. You shouldn't be really grinding for divine scrolls until you've got enough 6-star champions, enough decent gear, and enough of a decent roster to do stage 15. And so I'll show you kind of how this chart works. So you look at what you're going to be doing. Are you going to be maxing one champion or a whole team? So if you look over towards the far right, if you're going to do stage 11 for a full 5-person team, it's over 35,000 expected energy to be spent. But if we wait until we're able to do stage 15, all of a sudden it's 10,800. So you're literally saving like 25,000 energy. You're way better off spending that 25,000 energy on getting more XP for more champions to develop more heroes, or farming some gear, like farming some lifesteal gear in the stage 8 Bad Alcazar campaign area. Spend that 25,000 energy on other things and save it, and then you're basically getting the Minotaur grind for free. You're double dipping and you're being much more efficient with your resources. Now, should you purchase the let me show you how that works. If you're a new player, you might not know. This actually wasn't in the game when I was new, but let me go to like my allure. Okay, where are you at? Right here. So we'll go Masteries. This is one that I'm currently working on. If you go under the Masteries tab, you click up here on the plus sign, and you can see that it's going to be 800 gems to purchase all of the scrolls, the basic, the advanced, the divine. You get them all right away. And a lot of people don't know if this is expensive or if it's cheap or if it's good value or not. One important thing to note is this does not take into account any grinding you've done. You can be one run away from maxing your Minotaur and it's still going to cost 800 gems, which I don't agree with, but whatever. They probably didn't want to go through the trouble of coding a specific system that calculates based on how many scrolls you need and whatever. So I don't really blame them for that. But yeah, you basically wanted to decide at the start. Are you going to gem it or grind it? And the general I guess you couldn't even see it when I clicked up there, but yeah, you click up here, so it's right there. You click that plus sign and it brings that up. And I always joke on stream and stuff that the Minotaur is kind of a rite of passage. Like, you're not a Raid Shadow Legends player until you have done your first full squad 5-person team Minotaur grind, because wow, it's like graduation day. Like, you're never gonna forget it. I remember doing my first Minotaur grind. I started on like stage 13 to get my my basics and my advanced, and by then I was doing kind of stage 15 in like 5 minutes or something, and I started getting my reds. But I thought my phone was gonna get like screen burn. I mean, we're talking like 60, 70, 80 hours. It was like a whole week of just sitting here pressing, you know, replay on my phone whenever I got energy. And I mean, it's crazy, your first Minotaur grind. Now it's super different when you get to the end game. Like, I'll show you kind of what a Minotaur grind is like for me. It literally takes like 90 minutes. You know, I go in here, and this is my 4-person team. I've got my Skull Crown, my Double Royal Guard, my Dracomorph, and then we throw somebody in here who needs scrolls, and we run it off. It takes about 30 seconds. And let me pop up the calculator here. So the Minotaur in stage 15 takes about 150 runs times 14 energy. Boom, you can expect to spend about 2100 energy on your Minotaur grind once you're able to do stage 15, which in the discussion of this video is going to be the most relevant, because I think it's really only worth it to buy the Masteries for 800 gems in terms of being efficient on your account. If you, now let me get my life in order here. I just cannot get my life in order. There we go. I think it's only, like, efficient to buy the scrolls if you are not able to do stage 15 efficiently. Like for someone like me who can do stage 15 in 30 seconds, it's much more efficient long term for me to actually grind the dungeon. And basically it's going to cost me about, let me pop this up here. So for me, you know, doing stage 15 grind, it's going to cost me about 650 gems in terms of energy refills. Like if I have no energy, I just energy refill, go. I'm going to spend about 650 gems, and I'm going to gain, I'll gain some XP, which is about level 56 to level 60 if raid pass and times 2 XP. You know, when you're grinding the Minotaur, what I like to do to be super efficient is get my champion 6-starred and then farm them XP all the way up to level 56. Then I go into the Minotaur, and over the course of the Minotaur runs, they will get the XP and the scrolls, and I get silver, so I'm kind of triple dipping, and in the course of that Minotaur grind, they will go from 56 to 60, which is why you see Rearguard Sergeant, first Minotaur grind, I'm level 56, and over the course of those 150 runs, she will go from 56 to 60, and I can be super efficient. That only works if you have the raid pass and the times 2 XP. You're going to have to scale that back if you do not. Now, what else am I going to gain? I will gain... So, let me pop up the calculator again here. Alrighty. So, you can see on this run, I got 7420. 7420. And we're going to take that times. Remember, it's about 150 runs. Boom. 1.1 million silver. And if I gem it, if I gem 800 for Masteries, I am losing 150 gems and 1.1 million silver, but gaining all the time. So obviously what we are losing is gems and silver, but we are gaining time. And when are you going to gain the most amount of time? When you're a new or introductory / mid-game player and you're doing these stage 11 runs in 5 minutes or stage 15 in 5 minutes. You can save more time the earlier into the raid scene that you are. For someone like me, I gain much less from gemming my Masteries as opposed to a newer player gemming their Masteries who can't do stage 15 efficiently. So the short answer is it's more efficient to gem your Masteries the earlier into the game you are. Once you're in the end game, it's not going to be as efficient, and you're actually losing out on some gems and silver to gain a little bit of time. It's actually much better for me to grind it, which is why I never gem my Masteries. I did it once for a video just to kind of show how the mechanic worked. Since then, I've never done it. I'm all about the long-term efficiency growth of my account, and it's more efficient for me to grind it, so that's what I do. But I will say, if I went back and was a new player starting from scratch, I would absolutely gem my first probably 3 or 4 champions just to be able to get to a spot where I can do stage 15 pretty efficiently. Now, in terms of who should you gem first for your Masteries, definitely your campaign farmer. You need a generally useful champion, someone you can use in the arena and the campaign and the clan boss, someone like Kale, Tyrell, you know, Skull Crown, a champion that's generally useful and can be a damage carry for your account. That is who you want to, you know, bring along and gem the Masters first. That's the word I'm looking for. So yeah, a generally useful champion, and definitely your campaign farmer should be slotting into that role. After that, you're going to want to be focusing on, you know, you're going to want to get 2 or 3 generally useful champions before you start really min-maxing and prioritizing specific teams, like the clan boss and stuff. Clan boss is probably the next priority after your campaign farmer. And, you know, once you're doing stage 15 efficiently, now you're rocking and rolling, and it's more realistic to kind of, you know, grind the Masteries instead of having to purchase it. But yes, in terms of is it worth it, it's absolutely worth it. And if I started from scratch again as a brand new player, I would definitely gem a few of my masteries, especially if you're the type of player who spends any money. Maybe if you're free to play, it's better to just kind of grind the Minotaur when you can, and kind of save up your gems for shards. Like if you're a free to play player, it might be better. Oh, we got to do our pit. Even if we're live, we got to do it. If you're like free to play or something, it might be better to come into the shop and save up for these big shard packs. You might get more value out of that as opposed to purchasing masteries. So, but if you're the type of player who spends any money, it's probably efficient early on in the early to mid game to purchase those masteries for some of your most used champions, and definitely your generally useful ones, at least your first like 1 or 2. It's definitely worth it. So yeah, I hope this video kind of shed some light on the topic of whether you should buy the masteries or not. If you have any questions, definitely let me know down in the comments. I'll do my best to help you out. And remember, I will link to that Minotaur spreadsheet down in the video description, and I also have lots of other resources linked down there in the description as well. So yeah, as always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.